Really make me wanna break. Look, and is the kitchen dude cook? Got a bedroom book and a living room book. Golly, it's a folly to doubt mine. Yeah, that sounds about right. I say it's about time. Hey yo, this planet really gets live. I ain't make it, but I take it for a test drive. That's right. Let's ride. Hey yo, this planet really gets live. I ain't make it, but I take it for a test drive. That's right. Let's ride. Herbs in an up high rate. Learning curve when I don't fly straight. IG trying to eat my brain. Wait, let me state my case. Captain's a sack my name, trying to dim my flame, trying to test my faith. Take heed before you dig my grave. Can't nobody take my place. Let's delve. No use being someone else. Say hi to the hired help. Magic tricks with the cards I dealt. How the kids stay charged? How the kids don't starve? God, give me look straight up.
You're good.
God from the books made up. Yep. Absent from the giant list. Homeboy saying is a scientist. Cast from the lion fist. Trying to rule with an iron fist. Violent, trying to flip my wicks to the ground. My wish. I don't flip my lid. I just hit my lid and zip my lid. Catch my.
Welcome everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing some familiar names. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to Johnny No, Trizzle, No One. Let's see, Homeboy Salmon joined. Very nice.
What up?
Let's see, Jay Roller, Colin, Illingsworth. Thanks for coming through. Scott,
thanks for having me.
Dunson.
Yo, Yates joined. Yo, it's 3:00 in Russia, and Yates is joined. Yo, Lo-Fi Lobo, that's my dude. Yo, Lobo, what
thanks
up?
everybody. I appreciate Yates. Coming through next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. All right. I appreciate everybody for coming out. Again, this is the second live stream of, I don't know, what are we gonna call this? Like the release, I don't know, y'all are better with words than I am.
Double E, I say the double E, the first ever double EP extravaganza vinyl.
Nice, and everybody can see the double EP right here. Very nice, Dancing Tree, Cornhole Legend. You know what I mean? And so it's a limited edition package that we're actually, putting together. And limited edition as in, there's not a limited number. It's just the time that you can purchase it. Because I personally feel I want whoever wants it to be able to get it. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like a mad grab and then people are paying like $300, $400. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody that wants it to be able to get it.
So is it infinite amounts of copies or what?
Well, if people still want it, we can keep it going. But
that's some more respect.
I mean, we're pushing a much. So let me shout out everybody that has purchased since the last live stream. So like from the 15th, I think. So I'm just gonna shout out some folks. Shout out to Roddy, Justin, Kyle, Troy, Cliff, Andy, Lance, Varian, Jason, Lawrence, Bancroft, Andrew, Steven, Robert, Matthew, Gabe, Courtney, Tuies, Clifton, and Raul.
Shouts to all those people for buying the record. The only one that seemed like it might have been a woman is Courtney, possibly, potentially. That's a unisex name. So big shout to all the fellas, but let the ladies know the Illingsworth boys saying got the dancing tree out.
All right, so I guess everybody introduce themselves, please.
My name is Homeboy Salmon. What up?
I'm Illingsworth.
Nice. And I'm Conscious. I do a radio show. Let me plug that real quick. Do a radio show on Saturdays, you know what I'm saying, called Our Show. If you go to the website, hiphop.family, I have like our little player there. So if you're bored, you can listen to it and then check in live on Saturdays. NoBetterHipHop.com. All right. So let's first, I want to kind of do a recap of, we announced what the first item, the reveal was last time.
Yeah.
I kind of want to show it again for people that may not know to, make sure you get your orders in. What is this joint right here? You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen that?
He just showed me during the
okay. So y'all have prep time. Y'all all right.
Yeah, so we got to make,
I'm the
do
new
what we can with the time. So we got this here, you know what I mean? And it comes with a stand. So it has like a stand if you want to stand it up also. So.
Oh, that's dope.
Can I just say something?
I
feel like last time when people wrote things, I was able to see it. Is it just nobody's writing anything? Because it said Lo-Fi Lobo is writing, but then I can't see nothing.
Oh no, they just put something. Oh, scroll down a little bit. Sometimes.
Oh, I gotta scroll.
Depending on.
True. All right.
Yes, depending on if you're not like at the
house?
bottom. If you're not at the bottom, it's supposed to stay at the bottom. But yeah,
Yo, I'm seeing
Chase.
somebody, Lobo saying I'm on the road from Watertown to Albany, tuned in, and Watertown, baby, wasn't that amazing Chinese food? Was it Chinese?
No, I don't remember.
Shouts to Watertown, amazing. Some type of Asian variant was excellent.
Nice. And saying peace to Illingsworth too, and the host. Big up. Word. Big up. All right. So we're here to again kind of talk about the amazing package that we have coming out for folks. You know what I'm saying? We kind of like want to give behind the scenes and get people involved, you know what I'm saying? Get people hyped up and tell your friends and all these goodness, you know what I mean? So if you haven't purchased the album, the project yet, the whole thing, just to let you know, the price does go up. So after every live stream, the following a day, it goes up like $5. So I'm like, we're showing you that it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? So the people who like just, trust, get at a lower price. You know what I'm saying? But if you need convincing, just understand you're gonna pay a little bit more. It's nothing wild, but it's just, I want to incentivize folks to, you know what I'm saying, get in early.
About that.
All right. So Illingsworth. So like I mentioned, I have the radio show and I have like a database of all the tracks we've played. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like queue up and went to like the earliest joint. And apparently, and this is, I guess, I know we probably played more of your stuff, but it probably wasn't credited, produced, or anything. But November 25th, 2017, the first joint.
Wow.
Indio Prather, produced by you.
Yeah.
That's called Frail Aim.
Yeah, shout out to the whole India.
So tell me about that joint, because that's a while ago. Because like I know we've been playing you, but I was like, damn, like almost 10
Indio,
years.
That's the homie. I believe he originally was from maybe like the DMV area. He reached out to me on the internet. And it was very cool. He wanted some tracks.
And not just that, but then a month later, December 30th, 2017, you actually featured on a track because you also rap. So Indio Prather,
one of the nicest rappers,
Illingsworth and Rubio Jones.
Secret nice Cole. I don't even know. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of it on the stream. You know what I'm saying? The double life.
So we played No More. You know what I'm saying? And then you had a joint featuring Open Mike Eagle called Peeves that we played in 2018.
Great jam.
And then your own solo joint, You're No Fun. I remember that in 2018 as well. You know what I mean? And then Homeboy. So I think the first track that we played with you and Homeboy Sandman was 2022, Feel So Good to Cry.
Let's go.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
First
So
off,
tell me about that joint.
Like, all the love, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. If it's dope, it gets played on the radio show. You know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all for putting out dope joints. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so tell me about the first time y'all got together and made music. Like how'd that happen?
I feel like we had chopped it up on like Facebook or something.
Damn,
like
well, we chopped it up. Maybe it was on Facebook or in the days of those
MySpace?
those things. But also by 2017, you had already dropped mad joints, right? Because when did you drop Only Rappers Go Like This?
Oh, that's probably like 2010, 12, something like this.
Yo, Illingsworth got a tape called Only Rappers Will Like This, where he raps and does all the beats, and it is phenomenal. I put people onto it all the time. All right. Big shout out my homeboy Nebraska John in the house, and my boy Chase who's in the house, both representing out of Nebraska, I believe. We got heavy Nebraska influence in the chat right now, you know. But so I've been an Illingsworth fan.
Oh, man.
You know, from a long time ago. You know what I mean? But the first music that we did, because the first music we did was the There in Spirit. We didn't do no music before that.
I feel like you had a demo of something and sent it to me, but maybe it just never came out or something.
Well, we did that ball-headed
chopping it up for a while before we actually got something from the flips.
Yeah. And I also have a track called Ballheaded, produced by Sean J. Period, that you rhyming on, and it's a great jam about the beauty, the beauty of baldness. You know what I'm saying? That we got, and that jam is just one of zillions of jams that haven't come out, but will come out.
Nice. So what's the process of working between y'all? Like, how does that work? Do you send him like a bunch of beats, or does he give you like an idea of something and you craft it? How's that work?
Well, it's kind of a mix because if you're familiar with either one of us, we're very prolific at what we do, and honestly, this man is like a sniper. Like I kind of will drop like EPs and stuff on my Bandcamp just on the low key, and he'll hit me up like, "Yo, let me get that one, that one, that one, that one," and then you know how fast this man can create incredible rhymes. So it's like he probably got 5 more EPs that we don't know about.
We do got on deck action. I was gonna announce it right here. We got a lot of joints on deck.
So homeboy Sam, man, be Bandcamp stalking. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yo, I look, I can't even. I miss, I follow him on Spotify, so it comes up on the release radar. But a lot of them joints you don't even put on Spotify. A lot of them joints you just put on Bandcamp, right? Yeah. Yep, so I gotta stalk the Bandcamp. Mm-hmm. And then in addition to that, he got the crazy. How many beats are in that Dropbox? Like 500 beats?
Oh man, I actually thought it was more than that. But that sounds
probably
about
is more than that. It probably is like 700. So like the joints, like on Dancing Tree, I think just one of those beats, the beat from Too Deep was in this expansive Dropbox of unreleased. I guess you haven't dropped those yet. BC he hasn't released yet. But then the other 3 on that was from releases of his, because I scrubbed through all of those, looking for heat. You know what I mean? I remember when we put the. I remember when we. Word.
No, you remember what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because, one day, like the stuff you put out, man. I'm such a big fan. I love making jams with you, and all these joints that you put out, all these beats. One day the world is gonna correct itself. Be corrective on the, and turn the right side up or something like that. And all these joints is gonna be. All these beats is gonna be mad well known throughout all the 7 continents, Yeah. But at this time, I'm like, yo, these beats is out, but we got to maximize on them. Like I remember when we did the There in Spirit, and I can't remember how many of those, but that was another mixture of some joints that was out, some joints that wasn't out. And when I was talking, that come out on Mellow Music. When I was talking, Mellow Music was like, yo, some of these beats is already out and all that. I'm like, that doesn't matter. We got to maximize and optimize. And they were like, yeah, that's true.
Speaking of that, Jay Roller says my girl's favorite Sandman tracks are on There in Spirit. Excellent work, fellas.
Word up.
And then Test Drive has been Chase's favorite jam for weeks now. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Test Drive music video coming out on Monday.
We're gonna get a bunch of we're gonna kind of go into like some of the joints. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get us some tracks on there. But before that, what do you use to make all these beats there, Illingsworth?
Primarily for the last 10, 12 years, Ableton.
Ableton. Nice.
Yeah, before that, I was on Sony Acid 7.
Acid. Okay, so you're primarily like a digital. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a digital guy. I chop stuff up, but I use like MIDI controllers. I record audio, keyboards and stuff. And sample it around.
Very nice. All right. So I figured we'll take a little bit of time to kind of like go through joints off of the EP, and then so I'm gonna play a little bit of a track, and then I would like each of you to give me like a Jeopardy style type fact about the joint. It could be about like the writing, like inspiration, you know what I'm saying, where it came from. Maybe you wrote it in a place that was a great Chinese food or something, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I mean? It sparks. All right. So let me go and pull this up right here. So again, this is the Dancing Tree. Start screen share. Homeboy Sandman and Illingsworth. By the way, Illingsworth, where did the name come from?
I made a deep cut. It's from like a flip of a character name from the Scarlet Letter. and I've used it for like probably almost 30 years.
Wait, I didn't hear it. You said it was a flip from a comic book character?
No, from a character from the Scarlet Letter.
Scarlet Letter.
Yeah, there's a character in it called Chillingworth.
Dag, word. Dag, you took it to the literature right there. Very fly. I never read Scarlet Letter. Now I'm gonna peep that out, yo.
I mean, I only read it in high school, and I was like, "Oh, that name got ill in it." I'm a rapper. Illingsworth.
So you're rapping in like high school and everything. Like, when did you start?
Oh, man, I've been around this for like 5 years old.
So what was your name before Illingsworth? Just curious.
Ooh, I had some garbage ones, but I'll let you know the one that's the least garbage, but still garbage. Illyrical.
Illyrical.
Yeah, you can't have lyrical in your name. That's
name going on.
I'm glad you switched that out. Just as a lyrical, for having lyrical in the name, you know what I'm saying? You check it out.
Shout out to some folks, Tyrand and CLG.
Yeah, welcome. Yo, can I ask a question though too? I know you got a bunch of questions prepared, Conscious, but what's up with the Detroit City? You know what I'm saying? And all the history of that, you know what I mean? CYDI and all, was that your crew? Like,
that's those are my brothers, man. Like, shout out Ruthie and Joe, shout out the cut. I've known them gents since I was in like middle school. They about to be at my daughter's birthday party this week.
Oh, what up?
Happy birthday to your daughter.
Yeah, what is your daughter's birthday?
April 14th. So it was days ago.
Okay. I was about to say, wait, what day is it now? Like, I was like, wait a minute, we messed this up? Okay.
Nah, she's doing a theme party with her. They're going to Jamaica. They got passports and everything.
Say word?
Yeah.
Nice. So are you Jamaican or?
No, not at all. My daughter she's fixated on Jamaica right now. So that's really cool.
Is she gonna have curry goat and whatnot?
Yeah, we're gonna pull up with some Jamaican food. It's some
jerk cake
like that.
You say jerk cake?
As
a Jamaican, I feel some sort of way about jerk cake. It just
oh my God.
So thank you.
That's not real. Y'all ain't got a jerk cake.
I'm not gonna say no, but I haven't seen it. So because you can jerk it.
You gotta be the first one to make it.
Shout out to Waxing Lyrical. Thanks for coming through. All right. So I have the EP here pulled up. And so we already heard Dancing Tree, the origin from Homeboy Sandman. But Illingsworth, when you did you hear the name of the title like before? Like when did you hear the title name?
I heard the title afterwards. I can't remember if I heard some demos first or no. I think I heard them all at once, maybe.
I think I might have sent them all over to you and didn't have the Dancing Tree yet, maybe.
Okay.
So what do you think about the name Dancing Tree when you heard it? Like,
I like it. I mean, one of the beats on there for the Be Curious specifically is a beat that like I was in like a little like dance bag, like in my just personal beat discovery. So like when I heard that, saw the title, I was like, let's go. and like I personally love the types of my beats that Homeboy Sandman picks because it's different than what anybody else will pick. And I truly appreciate that because I feel like I have a range that doesn't always get explored, but like he definitely like jumps on there.
Nice. CLG says Bell Owl Jerk. Nice. All right.
Bella.
All right. So let's get into the first joint off of Dancing Tree. I'll show you. I'll play like 45 seconds of it. You know what I'm saying? And then think of a Jeopardy style fact. And anybody have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat room as well. All right. So here we go. This is I'll show you.
Is Bell Owl Jerk? Is that like a jerk spot? Is he shouting that out? Like,
oh, I have no clue.
Well, Belle Isle is like this little island park that is connected to the rest of Detroit by a bridge. You drive across this bridge. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes. So it's a nice little spot to gather. Back in the day, you could have got shot there, but it's really safer.
All right, good for the safety. Shouts to safety.
All right, so I'll show you.
That's one of the crazy things about neighborhoods changing. In New York, everybody like used to get killed over here. Like,
Now there's a Starbucks and a Whole
Right.
Foods. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And people carrying like canvas bags and stuff. So
Yeah.
All right. Let's try it again. I'll show you Dancing Tree, Homeboy Sandman, and Illingsworth. All right, here we go.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Not for the faint to get access, kid, you must practice restraint. Frequent absence, this is just lapse of the brain, that's synapses. You can have snacks on a break. If you concentrate, all things will be yours. Don't be obscene when I give keys to the doors. There is no real difference between South and the North. Right about now, you should opt out from the norms. Sup, Doc, what it do? We're all
right. Nice. So,
I can't hear that.
Jeopardy style fact about that. On
I
the
got
beat and
one.
on the lyrics.
On the beat, I initially began this beat on a iOS app called Koala by Elf Audio. I had a sample of myself playing some keyboards, and I took that and chopped it up over some drums, and then later I finished it on Ableton. But that started on itself.
So you use all sorts of like devices and things, just kind of whatever you have.
Sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've used the SP before. I had an MPC 1000 for a very, very short time, but I made a couple of things on that.
What's the weirdest thing that you've made a beat on? Just curious.
SCK30. It was like this weird little keyboard thing that attached to the top of a boombox that my brother had. I would make pause tapes for the drum loops on there, the little digital drum.
Hey, get it however you can, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you MacGyvered some things together. That's dope. All right, very nice.
Sure.
All right, Homeboy Sandman, as far as the lyrics of I'll Show You.
Oh, my thing, it was supposed to be about the lyrics. I just
or whatever, or like whatever about what it evokes in you when you hear it.
Recent tour that I just did in Europe. That was the second song in the set. I was starting to set off with this joint off Rich called Fine. But that joint is such fantastic energy to just start off a show with that by the end of the tour, I ditched the other jam, even though that's my jam. But we be doing the new joints, you know what I'm saying? And I was setting it off with that because that one, I felt like the show was actually really starting in the second song. So I said, we got to get rid of the first song.
So what kind of reaction were you getting from folks? Just curious.
On this last tour that I did, oh, there goes the thing again. On the last tour that I did I'll Show You, and I also did Test Drive, and they both tested through the roof. You know what I mean? They were at different parts, and like I said, I was starting off with, because I'll Show You is a major tool in the kit. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and everybody, they could be, you don't know who's opening, you don't really know how things are, but when it like they can't help it once that comes on, and then the bass are boom, 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 everybody's they're in, and then later on in the set, in like the middle of the set, once everybody's already, we've already begun to really transfer a lot of energy around, we did Test Drive, and it was great. We got the video that's coming out on Monday for Test Drive is a video that we shot on the road of like being in the laundry, me and my boy True and my boy Gato, and everybody doing this at shows, doing a little test drive, you know what I'm saying? It was great. Both of those are great. Those are the only, memorization takes me a while. I was trying to memorize Be Curious, but I couldn't get around to it. And Too Deep, I don't think I'll do. Too Deep was I don't know if I want to do that at shows, have people fighting each other or something like that.
All right, so let's get into Be Curious, and then again we'll come right back. All right, so like 45 seconds. Here we go. Be Curious off of Dancing Tree, Homeboy Sandman, and Illingsworth. Here we go.
Yeah. You ain't gotta tell me what's happening. I'll figure it out for myself. If you know what's happening, tell me though. If it don't make sense, I'll regret. My wife sent me to the store for tomato paste. I was playing heartbreaks and 808s. Chances that I'll fail are unlikely. Angel move at light speed, ain't nobody like me. I don't mean to sound like a killjoy, but I ain't heard since preschool rhymes since I was a little boy. Start calling me the Capitan. And please don't call yourself a rapper, man or ma'am. I'm on a hot streak. I do it after dark. You would think it was Rock Creek. I do it after light too. I'm very polite because of the IQ. I ain't trying to fight you. Sure enough, peep how I lost school, stop by the taco truck. This brother homeboy saying is a son of a gun.
Oh, all right. So, all right. So, give me some a Jeopardy style type fact about this.
Well, I guess like beat fact. Like I said earlier, I was trying to get like a dance type bag for a minute. That's kind of the thing I'm interested in, and like I want to put out.
So, you like dance music or?
Somewhat. I mean, I think as far as like being a producer, I want to explore other types of music, and that one fascinates me just as far as like faster speeds. Like, I always want to approach it in a way that's like, because most of the stuff I do is sample based, or like, even if it's sampling myself, like I bring the techniques to it, and so I know like in the exploration of that I can probably tap into something that's kind of unique.
I know like house and like electronic music, that's big in Detroit, right?
Absolutely. We got the movement festival coming up real soon.
Okay, nice. Have you been to any like house joints and electronic joints?
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the day, we used to go to little very dangerous parties and very dangerous warehouse looking spaces. You know what I'm saying? The whole man. I mess with it.
But now they're like an IKEA or something. Like those warehouses are now like an IKEA.
Well, yeah, everything is a bit more high priced than commercial now. Like especially with this festival coming up, it's going to be all kind of little offshoot parties where they're going to be taxing premium tickets to get into these spots. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, I suppose.
All right, Sam. Like
my Jeopardy thing for this is that because this beat I listened to a bunch of times, and sometimes when I'm writing, like I'm just waiting for the right access point to present itself. You know what I'm saying? And this access, I was a couple of blocks from here where I'll be working out outside. They got a little apparatus for pull-ups and such things like that.
I've seen videos so where you're like on the crosswalk joints and you're pulling yourself up on them joints.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, not that. They've got a little
like a legit outdoor gym.
Yeah, it's meant for they'll have some where you could do your leg lifts, and they got the rings if you want to do your pull-ups with rings, different things like that.
Yeah, stuff like that in the beat.
What happened?
I said they got stuff like that in the beat too, like little outdoor spaces where it's
for cats. Well, I don't like I had a gym membership for a long time, but they play terrible music at the gym. I can't be in the gym, even because I put my headphones in. I'm sweating all over them. I sweat a lot, so I'm sure to short circuited. You know what I'm saying? I short circuited. But then I had to cancel it. But it's better outside. I get my vitamin D and all that. But at any rate, so finally when I was working out when that one finally began to germinate. Because I'll leave my building and I go over there and Tati had asked me because there's a supermarket right past it to get some tomato paste after I got done working out.
So that was real.
My wife sent me to the store for tomato paste. I was playing Heartbreaks and 808s because that one jam, that was on Heartbreaks and 808s that everybody rapped over. I forget what it's called. Say You Will. I had just been listening to that. Yeah, so that's how that all came together to make that set off for that rhyme.
So now, is it like a lot of situational stuff when you write things where just something sparks like at that moment and you just writing stuff like things just have to kind of like align or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally in a creative state, kind of perpetually. You know what I mean? So I'm always, taking data out of whatever it is I'm experiencing, you know what I mean? Be it outward stimulus or inner stimulus, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of times if something is taking a while to germinate, you know, I'll be on a walk and I'll see something on a walk, or I'll be exercising, or even watching a movie or something like that. Like, you know, I think, you know, a lot of it is subconscious, you know what I mean? So I just know as I read a book called The Path of Least Resistance, and it talked about creative tension, you know, which is what they call, that's how I describe just the processes that are going on outside the consciousness. But like, you know, I'll listen to that beat for Be Curious a bunch of times, but all of a sudden I write a whole rhyme to it where I hadn't written I'll write a whole song to it where I hadn't written a song to it for, you know, days previous or even weeks. And that's, you know, just the creative tension somehow germinates, you know?
So you kind of like just working on it in the back of your brain, you know what I'm saying? And then just kind of like, oh, got it.
Yeah, it's in there, but it's not even conscious. And the interesting thing is, good looking out, Chase. Yo, that's my dude Chase. I got pictures with when he was like 10 years old, 15 years old, and 20 years old, because he been coming to shows. I guess the early shows, I don't know how he got in the early shows, but we
don't ask about that.
Yeah.
And Dylan's painting his house, you know what I'm saying? Almost forgot to tune in. So
oh wait, maybe he's older than I thought he was. I thought he was younger. He painted his house. He got a house.
No, Dylan's painting his house.
Oh, okay, word.
So okay, speak about the chat. How do you like it? I added some styling. Is it a little bit easier to read now?
I like, the chat is looking good. The whole, but you're a brilliant dude. The way you put this whole thing together. At least, if you know, Conscious designed this whole thing. He designed this whole.
It's my job. I got paid to do these kind of things. So,
but what was I gonna say? I can't remember.
Working on the back of your brain and.
Oh yeah, and then it comes out. Oh, because the thing about it, right? What I was gonna say is, so I'll be looking for that initial entry point, but once I finish the first verse, it's pretty common that once I get the first line, then the first verse comes out, and then the second verse is right behind it, and then the third verse is right behind it. So it's like once the momentum's going, then we in the right.
The floodgates open, so it's like a trickle, and then the floodgates just open.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so let's get into a test drive. You know, that went well over overseas. You know, what I'm saying went over really well. So let's see what the people were jamming to. All right, so this test drive again off of Dancing Tree. Feel free to check out hiphop.family. Oh, you had to get there to get to here. Check out the pre-order package. Going to reveal. It's a first edition of this thing we're going to reveal. The second item, we're going to get into that after this though. So let's get into test drive. Dancing Tree, Homeboy Sandman, and Illingsworth. Here we go.
This planet really gets love. Ayo, this planet really gets love. I ain't make it, but I'll take it for a test drive. That's right. Water my environment, throwing out a wide net. Get a load of my sked, you don't know the time spent. Travel in the shadow realm, I come to do the work. Till the smell of juniper all over the universe. Here's a tip to start to make up for lost time. Take yourself a fortnight, spend all of it offline.
Oh, there you go. All right, 45 seconds. So now, tell me something Jeopardy style type fact about these joints. By the way, Chase says the drums are so nice on here. Kudos to Illingsworth.
Thank you so much. Definitely with this beat, the drums, I wanted to do something. It's not just straight, word. And also,
I don't think you're actually talking into that mic. I'm not sure if that mic is actually.
Can you hear me?
Try turning it off and talking.
Let's see. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Wow. I thought I was talking to this the whole time. This is a problem. He's a phony, guys. I'm just moved out of it. What was I saying? Oh, the sample for this beat It was one of those ones where like the sample was not really in the same type of like 4/4 time signature as what it became. So it was like it's one of those things where you hear something in a weird way, and you kind of your brain kind of figures out like, how can I make this into like rap style? And then when I got it there, I was like, Eureka! You know what I mean? I felt very proud of myself after I made this.
So now, similar to Homeboy Stamp, is it like you just kind of like walk around and like do you listen to like just random music, or is it something that you hear, or?
I mean, because I've been making beats so long, it's kind of second nature as far as like hearing stuff in music where it's like, oh, I could flip that into this and flip that into that. And I do listen to a lot of random stuff. Recently, I've been using this thing called Sample.io just to like listen to music that I've never heard. I don't know if I came across this on there, but yeah, I just heard a weird part and was like, let me grab that, tuck it away, and then get a chance to sit down with it and see if I can like morph it into.
Now, do you automatically know like what you want, or is it just like you kind of like listen to it over and over again and then slowly like shape it to how you want?
With making beats and with rhyme, there's this thing that I sometimes refer to as like the spark. Like if I hear something that just really like triggers something in me, like, ooh, this sounds cool, or like this word is good, or whatever, like that kind of motivates me to sample a thing. I might not know what it's gonna become yet, but like if I hear it and I feel something that usually motivates me or makes me feel like, oh yeah, I can make something really incredible out of it. Or at least not maybe not incredible, but something that's
incredible.
For me.
Incredible. You said it right the first time. Incredible.
Yeah. And yo, how often are you making beats?
I mean, not as often as I used to. You know, I maybe like once a day at this point. I mean, I definitely had those
still
Kanye
daily,
years where it was like 5 beats a day for 5 summers and all that. But, you know, now it's a little bit less, but I still get down.
I'm happy that your reduction is now just daily. Now all I just do it daily. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it all day. You know. Yo, but peep this though. Yates is in the chat.
What up, Yates?
Yates did the other EP. He did the Cornhole Legend.
Whoa.
And yo, we're gonna have him on, and it's like 4:00 in the morning over there in Russia. Crazy hype to have you on the 22nd, right? Is it the 22nd?
Next Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just blessed to connect with such fantastic cats making beats, yo.
Super dope. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why I wanted to be able to kind of like celebrate it by adding things to the awesomeness that's there. At least I hopefully add some stuff.
Yo, hold up, look. He
What's
said was bumping Test Drive like crazy. The whole Dancing Tree is blocked here in Russia. What's up with that?
What?
They got us blocked in Russia, Yates? How they blocking?
What you doing, Putin?
That's crazy.
But that ain't Putin.
Is that Putin? It's bad enough they trying to keep us under wraps in America. Now they got us by distributor. Dang, yeah. I gotta hit Darian up about that. We didn't know about that.
So this is basically contraband now. All right. Okay. Well, that contraband.
Oh, you know what? It's because they came out on different digital distributors. Dag, I got to find out about that because that's wilding. Hold on, let me write a text real quick. I'll be right back.
So John Izzy says, shouts out to the panel. Shouts to everybody who's tuned in. Appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for taking time out and hanging with us. Dylan, not as often as I used to, just every day. Like once a month, I might put out something. This man's like once a day. Everybody else feel bad. That says that music and beats. Like, damn. Maybe it's gonna give people like motivation. Like, well, I know Illingsworth is working, so I'm gonna work now.
Oh man!
All right, shout out to
work because you like it.
Shout out to Jean Michel. Michel. Did I say that right? I'm sorry.
Yo, my fault. I'm just setting up Darren real quick because I hadn't heard about that, Yates. Thanks for letting me know. because we got to find out what's up with that. Find out if that's going on any other place. You know what I'm saying? Russia's mad big. That's mad. That's mad. People mad people in there probably.
Mad acreage.
Yeah, they itching for the dancing tree.
Mm-hmm.
And you know they probably let the cornhole because it had the bears on it. They let that through. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
that was actually a different digital distributor.
Hmm.
Because we Dirty Looks is still a new
Entity.
we still learning about what it's like to be a label. So we trying out different distributors and seeing who's really cooking. But yeah, whatever.
Shout out to John Izzy in transit enjoying the stream. Appreciate you. Travel safe. You know what I'm saying?
My dude.
All right, so we got one more joint off of Dancing Tree, and it's too deep because we get too deep, but we're gonna get like 45 seconds deep. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of deep. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit.
That's deep enough.
All right, thimble deep. Thimbles. Little. Okay, fine. All right.
That's what I used to be when I played Monopoly. Actually, I used to be the shoe a lot too.
The boot or something like that.
Yeah.
You be booting kids out. You know what I'm saying? Off Monopoly.
I got a Monopoly Jam. I think the first opening rhymes was I use a thimble of the shoe. Or I use an iron of the shoe. I use an iron sometimes too. My fault. Go ahead.
Too Deep, Dancing Tree, Homeboy Sam and Illingsworth. Here we go.
Every single song on this make me want to move. That's why Dancing Tree was perfect for it. I was listening to it on my couch, threw it, and I was like, all these joints move,
Cats want to keep it surface level. Let's talk about what we always talk about. Passing back the same nonsense back and forth. Why you gotta get so deep? Take it too deep. You might be too shallow. Unless Chef playing, I don't watch basketball. Voting is dumb, it doesn't matter at all. How you sound calling somebody your boss? How you gonna cut off your own dog's balls? Isolation is different than quarantine. If it don't make a difference, then it's not a vaccine. If it do make a difference, only make things worse. Calling it a medicine don't make my head hurt. Money doesn't make you rich. Nothing cool about saying nigga and bitch. Race is fake. If you take shorts, then you're to blame. People say Sandman take a break, but I won't. Only because I speak the truth that I'm dope. I ain't gonna disrespect the truth for y'all dopes. No, and I may not be drawn to you.
Oh, my bad. We got into the jam a little bit too much. I went over a little bit. All right, that was like a minute. You only get
let it run, yo.
Right.
All right, so tell me about Too Deep.
Let me see. Well, on the beach, this
first-
is another one of those joints where I was trying to do like a little bit outside of the box for myself as far as like the different type of groove. It's another one where it's all like original playing, but still bringing like the sample techniques to it.
So wait, you played all that? That's all you playing that, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
So like all that synthesizer stuff and like the melodic type of bass line, like that's all stuff I put together. Which stuff like that, I used to listen to like a lot of Timbaland when I was a kid, and so like that's still kind of like works through like as a just like let me try to like mix these styles with like Timbaland samples, but like he has players playing on stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So I try to like know that stuff sometimes.
So what are some other influences? Just curious.
Gotta be Dylan.
I didn't want to be like the proverbial like, oh, he's in Detroit, so he must love Dilla. So I just I didn't. So I said Dilla. So
Dilla's a big one. Like as far as like early.
See, I'm on the outside. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Dilla, but you were like there. So was it like the impact was like really because sometimes when it's like the hometown hero, people don't really like. Oh, what I'm saying? Outside Detroit, people like, oh, like, Dilla. You know what I'm saying? But like
I was there, but I wasn't there. I'm like slightly younger than those cats who were like really there, and so like I found out about a lot of stuff late. Like an older homie put me up on Flame Village's Fantastic Volume 1. He had like a kitted out Grand Dam, and he pulled up with like a retail CD of it. On me and my brother, my older brother, popped it in. He had the bass going, and we just drove around the city. I was like, "Oh my God, who is this? What is this?" And then and learning about them, figured out like, "Oh, I heard some of the same guy on Tribe, Far Side, like." You know what I'm saying? And like connected that dot. So like, oh, this guy is from here. Like that's insane. But like I'm one of them people. I didn't know he was from here first. You know what I'm saying? That was just how it went.
But it kind of made you feel like proud to be from like Detroit. You're like,
Oh, absolutely.
Detroit might be winning, or Detroit might have the most craziest producers per capita.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Because you got Illingsworth coming out of Detroit, you got Dilla coming out of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Kareem Riggins makes fly beats coming out of Detroit. Quelle Chris
Kareem
obviously
crazy.
did a whole record with coming out of Detroit.
Quelle
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Black Milk is coming out of Detroit, right?
Black Milk crazy. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like Detroit, yeah, something about the beat.
I mean, even before that, like Motown, you know what I'm saying? Like that whole just era, you know what I'm saying? Of like just production.
Can I just say something real quick? Because y'all said Black Milk. Black Milk, grossly underrated. Grossly. Incredible producer.
Word up, word to that. If that's coming from you, that means something. But yeah, the word up.
Oh, somebody shouted out Denmark. Yeah, shout out Denmark.
Denmark
Also,
Vesey. Denmark Vesey makes beats?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, babe.
Yeah, he got joints.
Probably everybody in Detroit make beats. Little kids make beats out there.
They do. I'm teaching little kids in the nonprofit program how to make
Oh
beats.
yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yo,
You do
there's
it
little
after
kids
school
teaching
program?
learning from you how to make beats.
Yeah, Arthur Waller.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's great.
Shout out Motor City Street Dance Academy. That's one of the spots I work at.
So wait, what's did they have a website? Pull it up or something.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
But Chase says they just named the street after Dilla in Detroit. They should name it like a block. You know what I'm saying? For Dilla. Lance says, God love Dilla. Jay Roller read Dilla Time. I'm halfway through it. Awesome read and very informative. Yeah. Like I got that joint on I forgot the man who wrote it, but I have the book and the audio book. You know what I'm saying? The audio book is pretty dope. The way it has like sounds and stuff. What was it?
Dan Charnas.
Yes.
About the Dilla Time? Yeah.
Phil's Dilla. Yep, typo. Denmark Vesey. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah, so everybody going to check that out. I'm gonna pull it up here so we can take a look at that.
They primarily specialize in dance, but a couple of years ago they brought me on, and shout out to my homie MVG, who also is a beat makers that works there. And we teach kids how to make beats.
Oh, that's dope. Is he doing like the kung fu b-boy joint, like the drunk food? Look, I'm looking at it like the way he has his hands. This one right here.
It's possible. I haven't taken any of the dance classes. I need to, but nice. Yeah, we got all type of dance.
We got boxing classes. Okay, yeah. That's pretty dope. Very nice. Well, I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, so you giving back to the community. That's dope. You know what I'm saying. All right, so Boy San, tell me about Too Deep. What happened? What's up with the
Oh, right. The first line of that says, unless Chef playing on watch basketball. And at that time, I love the Chef. First of all, to me, Chef best player since Michael Jordan easily. There's a bunch of amazing players, no doubt. But Chef, don't be acting like Chef is one of these other cats. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, because Chef is transcendent with his. Like when you watch Chef, it's like you tapping into source energy. You know what I'm saying? Like Chef is a believer. You know what I'm saying? So big shout to all these other cats that be hooping. But by the time that came out, I had become I was watching more ball. But there was a time when I wasn't watching any ball at all, but I would still just watch Chef to just, get that impossible can happen energy, you know what I'm saying, from the Chef. But when that came out, I was actually thinking, because SGA from OKC, I don't know if y'all watch ball a lot, but this cat just all right. I mean, if I was going to do a remix, I'd say unless, but he still ain't Chef level, because Chef is. But this cat, Gilgeous-Alexander, he just finds a seam when there's no seam there. It's fun because there's no seam there. He shouldn't be able to do it. It's not there, but yet he like sneaks in there. You know, he's a thin dude, but he always finds a seam. You know, so
See, I don't know about Illingsworth. Every time you say chef, I just keep thinking Raekwon.
Raekwon.
Oh, I'm talking about Chef Curry. I'm talking about Steph Curry, the chef.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about unless Chef playing, I don't watch hoop, because you know, like the rest of that, I was the time I was in, I was like, don't waste my time with all this ball. They playing Homeboy Sandman in the locker room. Okay, maybe that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? If they playing Dancing Tree in the locker room. But at any rate, the thing I wanted to say was, and you know, shout Brunson, shout all these cats out there hoop. I mean, shout everybody in the whole entire league. They're all better than me.
Johnny says shout out to Illingsworth. Johnny also says, yo, San, you think you'll ever collab again with Edan? The John y'all did was mad crazy, too many bangers.
There's Edan, Apollo Brown is another Detroit. Yeah. Probably forgot like 17 Detroit producers. Yo, shout out Baby Alternative. My boy D-Known is a crazy producer. They're coming out of Phoenix, and the rapper for them, Obey, is crazy. You know what I'm saying? They got a bunch of records. But I'm gonna say, even though Jokic is crazy too, like the league is crazy now. Like everybody in the league is amazing, you know. But yeah, SGA Mad Warriors 6-6. But Pistons versus Knicks, who I got. Oh snap! This is Pistons. We in the first round because the Stones. You calling the Stones out there, or you not a big basketball fan, Illingsworth?
I'm really not.
Because my boy,
I'll watch the clip if somebody sends it to me, but I don't really be catching games no more.
I go in and out. I grew up watching it, so I go. Sometimes I just relapse, but my boy that was from Michigan taught me that a lot of cats in Michigan call them the Stones, the Pistons.
I wasn't even hearing that.
I wasn't up on that either. But we play y'all in the Knicks play y'all in the first round.
Oh, okay.
And the truth is, the Knicks might get bumped, yo. Even though we a third seed, y'all 6th seed. I want the Knicks can put it together and win the chip. That's less likely than us getting bumped by y'all. But we might get bumped, you know, just because I know the real reasons why. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to turn this into a whole basketball thing.
Well, they need to put you on the payroll, you know what I'm saying, the Knicks, and so that you can make some changes.
If the Knicks brought me in to just be on an advisory level, just to, you know, to help Tibbs with a little bit of, I have some insight that I think can help the Knicks, you know, but I'm sure I'm not the only person that thinks that. But, you know, we could. Oh, who's John Izzy? Oh, you're a Bulls fan. Yeah, that's tough. But I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hoop music. Dancing Trees out. You know what I'm saying? Cornhole Legends out.
Speaking of that, all right, so let me pull up the actual page real quick. So, because about to go and reveal the second item that comes with it, with the package. Start share screen. Let's go with this one. So again, over at hiphop.family. You know what I mean? You can go and check that out. So like I mentioned, we have the double EP, you know what I'm saying? One record, 2 color, the half and half joint looking pretty fresh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Sam picked out some dope colors, you know what I'm saying? It is looking dope.
I'm so happy to see that.
We announced the lenticular joint, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna recap that real quick. So again, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a multifaceted, you know what I'm saying, project. So you gotta have something that, you know what I'm saying, shows, you know, looking at things different angles, you know what I'm saying? Looking at
different
stuff like that.
perspectives.
Exactly. So now, this one here, I was kind of showing it to Illingsworth earlier, you know what I'm saying? So, all right. Now, I wanted stuff to be kind of like kinetic because it's like playful. So I want things that people can like touch and play with, and it's just not like you put it against the wall and, you know, it's like, oh, I'm just going to leave that there. I want stuff people to like touch and have fun with, you know what I'm saying? Because the music is fun. At least I think so. You know what I mean? So I wanted something where, all right, I'm just going to just show it. Now, this is going towards the whole cornhole legend thing. And Sam had only seen like prototypes. So this is
amazing. This is even an upgrade from the one I saw. This is so cool. Well, Everybody got to buy this record.
And get it tonight, because tomorrow, what was it, Fat Joe? Today's price is not tomorrow's price. So, you know what I'm saying? Save yourself $5. All right, so here we go. And this one's going to come with like a demonstration. All right, so wait, hold on. You know. So now, Cornhole Legend, of course, I had to come up with like a little cornhole thing. So for people that may not know, cornhole is a game where people have like normally it's made out of wood, so they have like these structures that have holes in them, and they just throw bean bags. So they have like on opposite sides, and they throw in bean bags and get into the hole.
That
and
says Cornhole Legend on the bottom.
So yes, so it says Cornhole Legend. You know what I'm saying?
In
Now,
yellow.
bam.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yes.
You got the two joint. So what I'm going to do is, because again, these are like almost finished prototypes. That's a good thing.
Where's
about
the other part though? You don't got that.
See, there we
My
bam.
fault. I'm sorry to mess up your whole rollout.
No, you're good. You're good. Because like, you know, you can play like old school, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like old school. But if you want to be an actual legend, you know what I'm saying? You're going to add a little bit of extra difficulty to it. You know what I'm saying? And so it has like this part here. You go ahead and slide that in there. Now you got a whole catapult system. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm thinking is, all right, so now, so you can put anything in there, right? So it's kind of designed for like marshmallows. You know what I'm saying? And so it's big enough to be able to fall in there, you know what I'm saying, through the marshmallow. So the way it works, I know I'm gonna lose this and it's gonna be like ants everywhere. But what you can do is you can go ahead, do damn, hold on, crap. Try and do this midair is not easy. So you go and pull that down. Can you see it? And then bam. You know what I'm saying? And just So like smaller items, like it really flies, but don't go around and like, you know what I'm saying? So just
don't put your eye out.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes, don't put your eye out. That's why anything soft, you know what I'm saying? Let's just roll with that. So disclaimer, don't be doing anything wild with it. So
don't be
now.
Look, Conscious, Jay Roller just said he's a vinyl addict, so he bought a record anyway, but these mystery items are incredible. And they really are incredible, Conscious. You really cooking with these. The lenticular image, you know, the home cornhole thing. These are great ideas.
Well, you know, I'm just trying, like, because again, I have like I always have these ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll listen to records and things. And I'm like, yo, the same way y'all like the spark, you know what I mean? And so now I'm actually like started a business, Conscious.works. And I'm like, let me reach out to people who are really doing dope stuff, you know what I'm saying? And try to, you know, add on to that, you know what I'm saying? And just be able to keep that goodness going. It's something like physical that people can like mess with. So now, again, so the reason why like the yellow here is not that great is because it's like a one pass of it. I have right now, and it's going to be done in like 6 hours, but I kind of like doubled up on it. So it should be better. So I'm running like another prototype, but that's why like the green looks better because it's darker on a lighter background. Whereas with this one, so I'm going to, so what do y'all think? I should make this like, so you can see it better, right?
Yeah. That if you could improve on that, you know, that'd be fly. Yo, Eric and Barrow, that's my dude, by the way. Oh, yo, when you getting married, Eric? Aren't you getting married this month? Are you getting married soon? I'm not sure. I know you're getting married soon, but he's asking. So each vinyl will have 3 mystery items, or depends on when you buy it.
Oh no, yeah. So that is the whole limited package. So because a lot of this stuff takes a long time to print, especially this lenticular joint. This is only coming with the package. You know what I'm saying? So you get that. But like for these things here, which reminds me, you'll be able to, if you want extra ones, if you want to give them out or whatever, you'll be able to buy extra. And let me show you how that works. So I have it set up now on the site. And so if you already purchased the album, I'm sorry, go ahead.
My fault. Yeah, I got confused. Big shout my boy Eric Ibarra. That's my dude from Frisco, I believe. I was confusing him with my other boy named Eric, who I seen in Seattle, who's about to get married. So pardon me.
Well, you meet so many people. I'm amazed that you can like keep everything.
Yeah, but Ibarra's my dude. He been coming through, and the other cat is my dude too. That's why I confused the two of them. But you know, John Izzy's my dude. Like I'm mad blessed. Like I meet mad people, but these kids, you know, these people are fam. You know.
Word. So speaking of fam, thank you for segue. So once you buy the album, you're basically like fam, and you'll be able to log in to the fam dashboard, right? So right here, you click fam login, because right now, the mystery item 2, that's going to show up here. All right. So because we already did the lenticular print, and then the mystery item, I'm calling it the Cornhole Legend training set. what I'm saying?
Word up.
And so if you want to get another set, you log in because you already purchased something. So you'll be able to log in. You put in your email address. This one here. Submit. Then you're going to check email. Make sure to check for spam just in case. Also, if you don't get an email, check for spam. Otherwise, you can always hit me up. And let me go check my email real quick.
And yo, we got a fly thing on deck for Dancing Tree. It probably would have made more sense to try to.
So the thing is, like, I'm still working on that joint.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so because it involves like a little teaser, it involves batteries. And so I'm still working out on how to incorporate that easily. You know what I'm saying? And so now I just signed in. Where did I do the tab? Totally. Oh, here we go. So now I'm signed in. You see, we have the order joints here. Now, if I go back and I go back to here, under the mystery item 2, you'll see add a cart. All right. Now, normally I'm thinking the price of these joints for these two joints here, I think like $12. You know what I'm saying? But if you order with your front, you get it for like $6.
Respect.
And so
Respect.
go ahead
That's
and just
very
click
reasonable.
this, right? And then let me get out of here. I haven't even put the image yet. And then you go to checkout, and you'll see you'll be able to add it, and it's free shipping. So because I'm gonna put it with your order. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to double charge you or anything. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So if you want to get that,
you got a brilliant business model going on. Hip hop family, conscious works.
I want people
Illingsworth,
who want it to be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's like my whole thing. That's why there's like a limited number. You know what I'm saying? And if Homeboy Sandman wants, I can send some of these with him on tour. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to pick it up.
Oh yeah, I'll move those for more than 12. You give them to me out on tour. Yeah, for sure. But check this out, man. I'm now realizing that it's 9:02.
Yeah, we're about to
I'm gonna keep a tight schedule today. But look, yo, Illingsworth, it's so good to see you, my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, likewise.
Yeah, good to do this. Lots of fun. Conscious, you the man. I'm gonna talk to
you
both y'all. Thanks everybody in the chat. I'll talk to everybody later. Peace.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Illingsworth. Good meeting you, fam. We're gonna do some more things in the future. I can feel it. All right. Thanks, y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace. Oh, next one Tuesday. Come through Tuesday. We got Yates coming through. We're gonna do this all over again with the Cornhole Legend, and then we'll have the joint that's gonna be for the Dancing Tree, that mystery item also there, and then the box. Like the box is gonna be wild. If you thought this stuff is crazy, what I have for the box, wild. You know what I'm saying? So thanks again, y'all. Check out the radio show. We do radio shows Saturdays. NoBetterHipHop.com. All right, thanks again, y'all. Y'all be easy, and we're out. Thanks again. Y'all be easy. Peace.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Not for the faint to get access, kid, you must practice restraint. Frequent absence, this is just lapse of the brain, that's synapses. You can have snacks on a break. If you concentrate, all things will be yours. Don't be obscene when I give keys to the doors. There is no real difference between South and the North. Right about now, you should opt out from the norms. Sup, Doc, what it do? We're all animals have been locked in a zoo. Keep it open, man, don't get locked in a truth. You a liar, but they get shocked if you do. But if you and boys saying the cahoots, the world we share is gonna bear many fruits. In a world we share, we don't wear any suits. I'll show you.